You have to be interested in this. It is extraordinarily impressive. The answer is actually yes. And the reason is because you want to create what's called a blanket of protection for entire society. So even though you're young, you could get a serious consequence. Youth doesn't protect you at all. Clearly, young individuals are less likely to get serious involvement, but they're not totally protected from that. So a vaccine is good for you as an individual, but it's also good if you want to completely crush this outbreak the way we did with smallpox and polio and measles. You want virtually everybody to get vaccinated. So it's almost a societal responsibility to do that. So people think, well, maybe the government has influence here, or maybe the company is in fact putting undue influence because they want their product accepted. That doesn't happen. You have an independent board of vaccinologists, of immunologists, of virologists, of statisticians, of ethicists who look at the data. And when they decide that this is a safe and effective vaccine, nobody else knows about it but them. They then make the data available to the company. Then the company looks at the data, confirms in their own mind, puts a package together and presents it to the FDA. At that point, the career scientists, not the politicians, examine it and scrutinize it very carefully. Then they call in their own advisory group, which they've had for years, advising them on whether it's a good or a bad idea to give this vaccine the blessing to say it's an emergency use authorization or a biological license application approval. This advisory group, again, is an independent group. If they then say to their FDA, this is a good thing to do, then the FDA will grant an emergency use authorization. When they do that, and when they approve it, you can be guaranteed that this process was independent and was transparent. I will tell you that when my turn comes up to get a vaccine, based on what the FDA says that it's safe and effective, I will get a vaccine and I will recommend to my family when their turn comes up that they should take a vaccine. There will be recommendations likely that one vaccine might be better for maybe elderly individuals versus younger individuals versus individuals with underlying conditions. So it will be made clear that you would likely have a choice, just the way you have a choice with an influenza vaccine. But when there is information that one might be better for a certain demographic group, that will be made public so you could have an informed choice.